Hi, everybody. My name is Bridget Degnan. I am the Cook County Commissioner in the 12th District of Cook County. I'm happy to welcome everybody here today for our Property Tax Appeals Workshop. Our co-sponsors for our workshop today include Cook County Commissioner Bridget Gaynor, who is elected representative at the county level of the 10th District. We are also being supported today by Alderman Gilbert Villegas, Alderman Sam Nugent, Alderman Ariel Rebruyas, Alderman Rosanda Rodriguez Sanchez, Alderman Nick Spizzato, Alderman Andre Vasquez, and Alderman Jim Gardner. So thank you to everybody. We recognize that there's a lot of people without power due to the storms that happened yesterday. And I also want to make mention of the looting that happened the other night. And, our thoughts are with all the stores and all the people that were affected by that. It's a really difficult time, obviously, in Chicago and Cook County. Our office is here to help and support anybody that needs it. We do have regular office hours for property tax appeals workshop specific items on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. till noon. Some other updates are that we have a River Day cleanup at Clark Park on Saturday, August 12th. It's obviously outside, and we will be helping clean up the sides of the Chicago River. So that should be something that you can bring your family and your children to. We have a new solar panel program for schools initiative. We encourage you to reach out if you work with a school or have interest in learning more about solar panels for schools. The Illinois Department of Public Health recently just published a new program about housing assistance. So if you need help with housing assistance, we encourage you to contact our office or the Illinois Department of Public Health. You can email us anytime at district12@cookcountyil.gov or find us on social media. I believe that we have Bridget Gaynor, who is the 10th District Cook County Commissioner, and I think she would like to say hello to everyone as well. Commissioner Gaynor, are you here?
Yep, thanks, Bridget. I'm coming to you from my no power backyard with a massive tree in the middle of it, so that's why I'm only on the phone. But look, I really appreciate you doing this. As we all know, the property tax system is not intuitive and it's not easy. So we really exist here to help you navigate it and to answer questions. And both with Commissioner Degnan and myself, are the people that work in our office are really at your disposal to answer questions. Usually we'd be with you in person. Now we'll be doing a lot of it on the phone and online, but we're still able to answer a lot of questions and give out as much information as possible. So please don't hesitate to reach out. I know that Commissioner Degnan will circulate everyone's contacts at the end, but thank you for pulling this together. And to all the aldermen as well, please don't hesitate to reach out if you have constituent or other issues. Thanks.
Thanks, Commissioner Gaynor, for your support and your leadership. So now I would like to introduce our two assessor's office representatives who are experts at the property tax appeal system. We have Priscilla and Hector who are here to support us. Thank you so much. I don't see any of the other aldermen on the call at the moment. If they pop in and would like to say hello or provide updates, please just let us know in the chat button. So why don't you, Priscilla and Hector, take it away. Thank you so much for being here and providing us all of the information. And wait, before you get started, just if you are watching this live on Facebook, we had more people register for this program than we had spaces for. So please email us at district12@cookcountyil.gov with any questions. We will be monitoring that email, and we will make sure to ask your questions to Hector and Priscilla. So thanks so much, guys. Take it away.
Thank you.
Thank you all for being here this afternoon. We want to thank all the commissioners that are here. And thank you guys so much for having us. You literally could have asked anybody else, but you've asked us, so thank you so much. We want to just give a little PSA very quickly. So if you go to our website, cookcountyassessor.com, I know that a lot of people were wondering about the deadlines for Jefferson Township. Right now, those are to be determined. So that's not necessarily bad news. It just means you can't appeal right now. However, it's good for you guys because you guys can then go in. I'm trying to find your township very quickly. Jefferson Township. So right now we have an estimated date or time of late August. So we're still ahead of the game. So this is good news for everybody who's here. So what I'm going to do today is walk you through how to file this appeal online. And then that way you kind of have a foundation. So when you do it at your house or you do it on your phone or your home or wherever you're at, you'll be able to do it. All right. So without further ado, let me share my screen. Give me 1 second. Share. All right. Can everyone see my screen? Hold on.
You can see it.
Cool. And it says building a better assessor's office?
Yes.
Awesome. This is kind of weird for us guys because we're used to being in front of humans, and with humans you can gauge responses, you can gauge energy, you can gauge all that stuff. Here you kind of just hope that technology works. So hopefully we don't have what happened last time. Last time my like electricity went out, so my laptop was still working, but my presentation was on an external desktop and that shut out, but we're going to make it happen. So building a better assessor's office, ladies and gentlemen, very soon, specifically for you all in this area, you're going to be, 1 second, you're going to be receiving one of these reassessment notices on the left-hand side, right? So you already received this yellow bill. This yellow bill is your second installment tax bill. You guys get a tax bill twice a year, once in February, once in July. The one in February is blue, does not have any exemptions on it. The second one is yellow and has all your exemptions on it, or the exemptions you should be receiving under tax calculator. So the one on the left, this is your reassessment notice. This will be in black and white and have a picture of your home on the top right-hand corner. Unless you're a condo, condos are done a little bit differently, but regardless, it's still the same information. This is not a bill. This is not a bill. This is not a bill. We were out in the field on Monday, yesterday, and somebody brought one of these in and said they wanted to know why their tax bill went up, $40,000. And guys, this is not a tax bill. All this is important information: your PIN number, your township, your neighborhood code, construction type, property class, age of your property, and the values of your home, not a tax bill. I want to make sure that's super clear. Then at the very bottom, you'll see that there's a deadline. There's deadline information, and that is when you will know what your specific deadline is. Each township opens at a different time, so each township has a specific deadline date. So we just want to make sure we keep that, we remember that. The reassessments happen every 3 years. That's called the triennial, right? Triceratops, tricycle, try again, right? Means 3. So your taxes are calculated every single year, but your reassessments are done every 3 years. Right now, we are in 2020. I'm sorry, you guys will not be receiving a reassessment notice. I just did one of these for the South, I'm sorry. So the South is being reassessed right now. So anyone in the South portion of the county would have received a reassessment notice. You guys are in the city. You guys will receive your reassessment notice next year. This cool little graph was designed by one of our coworkers, Nicole. She's really good at making complex things look really nice and simple. So if you see, South is in 2020, City is in 2021, and then some of you all might be in the North too, depending on where exactly you're located at. Yours would be in 2022. But reassessment notices are sent every 3 years. Assessor Kagi's goal is that property assessments are fair, accurate, and transparent, guys. We want to make sure that we're just doing everything we can to make sure we get things right? Now, how does this work? Well, once you get your assessment, or once it's time for you guys specifically, once your township is open for appeals, you have a decision to make. Do I want to appeal my property value? Please don't make the mistake of saying, I want to appeal my taxes. You can't appeal taxes. You can appeal property value, which affect taxes, right? So all you have to do is say to yourself, hey, can I sell my home for what the assessor's office says is worth? If the answer is yes, you probably don't want to appeal. If the answer is no, then you definitely want to appeal. And here's how you would do that. If you disagree with your estimated fair market value, you can definitely file an appeal, but you have to have a reason. You can't just say, hey, I want to appeal because my friend told me to, or because the news told me to, or because my neighbor told me to. You have to have a reason. We're going to go over those reasons in a little bit, but you have to have a reason. Once you appeal and everything is submitted, our analyst will then review the evidence and figure out if you should receive if you should receive a no change or a decrease. And then an analyst makes that decision for you. You can appeal a couple different ways, but mainly we want everyone to do it online, especially during COVID, because here is where you can go in and you can actually do this yourself. And once you appeal online, I'll show you this later, at the very end, you'll receive a confirmation page. So you definitely want to do that, but you can go to cookcountyassessor.com/online-appeals. It's a portal. It will literally guide you step by step. I'm going to show you this too, but it will literally guide you step by step on how to do this. You can start your appeal. You can save your appeal. You can revise your appeal. But once you submit it, it is done. You can submit additional documentation as well, like pictures, blueprints, plat of survey, sales analysis, whatever you want, right? And with our office specifically, everything is always free. So now, let me show you how we would do this. So one, you would go up and you would search the Cook County Assessor's Office. So we would go to cookcountyassessor.com. Then from there, we will hover over to the Appeals tab, click on there, and then click on Online Appeals. Super simple. Once you click there, you'll get a nice, cool visual of how to do this in person. This works for people like me who we just learn visually. It's easier for us to follow once we've seen something done. Here are some of the documentations you're going to need depending on your type of appeal. But for everybody else, it's going to be super simple. Then you want to click right here where it says Launch Online Appeal Portal. Once you click there, you will have to create an account. Go ahead and put your email address here. Go ahead and put in your password. Once you click log in, you are going to be brought to a screen that says, what kind of appeal do you want to do? For what we're doing here today, you want to click residential appeal or condo appeal, right? Now, this is what your screen is going to look like. So on this very first screen, this is where we want to know your information, your PIN number, your address, your name, all the cool stuff we need to make sure you are who you say you are, and you are appealing the property that actually belongs to you. Next, we want to know, is this the primary PIN of your property, right? And if you have a certificate of error, this is where you would file for that as well. So I know that we have the term certificate of error thrown around a lot. So very quickly, we have two types. Type number one is if you missed an exemption. If you missed your homeowner, your senior freeze, your disabled veteran, or your veteran with disabilities, if that is what you did, that's a different kind of certificate of error. What we're talking about here is a actual factual error. That means our office has been assessing you as a property with 3,000 square feet, but you really only have 1,000 square feet. Or we say your property is a building with 6 apartments or less, but you really have a ranch style home or like a bungalow or something like that, where there's a factual error. If that's you, then you would definitely want to click on one of these certificate of errors. Now, we need to know if you have any other PIN numbers. Now, you might be saying, why does someone have more than one PIN number? Well, it all just depends, right? Some people have a big house sitting on 2 lots. Some people have a house sitting sideways on 2 lots. Regardless, you know if you have additional PIN numbers because you'll be paying multiple bills. So if you're only receiving 1 bill in February and 1 bill in July, you're fine. If you're receiving multiple, then that means you have additional PIN numbers. Now we need to know who you are. Right? Are you the homeowner? Are you the taxpayer? Are you the attorney? Are you the executor? Are you the beneficiary? This is where you would fill that out. So you just click this little down arrow that information pops up, and we want the same information down here again, just to double check, right? We want to make sure you are who you say you are, your name is correct, your address is correct, all of that information. Now, once you get here, I feel like this is where a lot of questions can be answered, right? We just take our time. So we get questions like this every single day. Hey guys, your office says that I have 2 bathrooms, but I don't. I only have 1. Or hey, your office says I have 2 stories. I don't. I only have 1. This is where you would fix that information. You would do it during the appeal, and you would just click the correct information here. Hey, my home really isn't 100 years old. It's really 60. This is where you would change that information. And now from here, remember earlier we talked about if you're going to file an appeal, you have to have a reason why. You can't just say, I want to do this, right? So here are your reasons. Lack of uniformity. That means Priscilla and I, our homes were built by the same size, same person, same area, same block, same everything. But for whatever reason, her value is less than mine, which probably means my tax bill is higher than hers. And I want to know why my home is not uniform to everybody else that is similar to mine. The next one is overvaluation. That's probably everybody in here, right? There's no way my house is worth this much. This is COVID. It's a pandemic. I could never sell my home during this time for this much, right? A vacancy occupancy, that means you have an empty property. Please note, if you choose this option, you will have to provide pictures. You have to provide proof that you have an empty property. If you have fire damage, self-explanatory. We would need pictures, police reports, fire reports, insurance information, whatever you have proving that you had a fire. Property description error, that just means there's a factual error. Like, hey guys, I don't have 3,000 square feet. I only have 1,000. Or hey guys, I don't have a building with 6 apartments or less. I only have a bungalow, something like that. The next one is building is uninhabitable. This does not mean, okay, so this means you physically cannot live there. It does not mean the wallpaper's ugly. It does not mean that, the closet space is too small. My husband still lives there, right? No, this means you physically cannot live there. The next one is building no longer exists. Self-explanatory. If there's no building, we need to know why. Was there a demolition? What happened here? And then other. Other would be act of God, right? So I was watching on the news today, actually, where I think it was around I don't know. It was on the news. I don't know. But 2 giant trees actually fell on someone's house and actually literally crushed half of their home, right? So that means this family is going to be displaced. This family can no longer live there, right? But there's nothing here that says that. So they would check other, and then in an appeal narrative, they would submit, hey guys, a tree fell on my house, something like that, some act of God. And then lastly, field check. Now, please note, if you check field check, you're asking for someone from our office to go to your home, redraw and remeasure your property. If you choose that, you just have to explain why, right? That's all, very simple. It's all done here. It's nothing hard about this. You just have to follow the prompts. Now, here's the exciting part, right? So a lot of people ask, hey, what about comparable properties? Hey, what about pictures? What about plat of surveys? What about sales analysis? What about all of these things? This is where you submit that information. Please know you don't have to submit comparable properties for our office. Our analyst is going to do that for you. However, if you want to submit, you absolutely can, and this is where you would do that. Just keep in mind that each option or each upload has specific requirements. So some you can only attach 10 files. Some your size can't exceed 25 megabytes. So just, some can do PDFs, some can do GIFs, some can do JPEGs, some can do PNGs. So just be aware of what you're submitting and where you're submitting. That's all. Now, this is very important, right? So this is us saying, all right, guys, you're ready to submit. Please read the fine print. Please be advised that once you click submit, you will not be able to make changes or add additional documents to this filing, right? So once you click submit, right, we're going to ask you, are you sure? Are you sure you want to submit this filing? If you click yes, let me scroll. If you click yes, here's what's going to happen. So we get this question every single day. Every single day. Hey, I filed online. I have my filing ID number, which is right here, but I didn't get a confirmation email. So guys, this is your confirmation page, right? It says confirmation on it. Please print off a copy or screenshot it, or, you know, do something that you keep this in your records, because this is your confirmation. Are you going to receive an email confirmation? Absolutely, but it's going to be later. So this will give you the peace of mind that it is done. How do I stop share? All right. So yeah, guys, that is in a nutshell how you would appeal your property value when your township is open for appeals.